Well, hello there. I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment. I teach fun art, not fine art, and I'm glad that you're here today. We are going to continue painting an apron in fact, I've already got me in the hole here, so you can see what we're doing. I'm going to set this my computer so you can see. So I can see your comments, and also I'm going to go solo for the moment so you can see me. Decided that we'd do a Christmas apron this week because it's going to be Christmas, and this is going to make an adorable gift. Yesterday we started, and I'll show you what we've completed so far. I did some sketching with chalk pencil, which I always use. Let me get this so I can see a comment there. Which I always use when I'm sketching out something, especially on a dark piece of equipment or a project. PJ, hello there. Nice to see you today, girl. And so here's what I've done. The apron is one that you tie around your neck, or you have a little silver clasp and you work it on around your neck, and then it ties around the back. So it's a full apron. But it has two nice little pockets in the front. Howdy. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be cute if I painted that? Let's do gingerbread men. So we've got a gingerbread man and a gingerbread woman, and I went ahead and started painting before we started class today because I hope I don't run out of time this week, because I got some real good plans for it too, and you'll enjoy it. So hope y'all are doing okay, and that you've been out fighting the crowds and enjoying Christmas shopping and all the Christmas carols and everything. I did turn on Christmas carols on Alexa this morning, and she kept me entertained for a while. And then I had business coaching classes and all kinds of stuff to keep me busy today. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I wanted to show you that I have placed some plastic sheets in here. I think this apron came from Hobby Lobby. It's not my regular pink and black apron that I usually get for my classes, but it isn't as thick. It's not a canvas type apron. It's not that thick. So that's why it's real important to put something in here so it'll bleed through to that. I might hate this before I love it, because you know this is kind of like doing murals. Oh, it's cold there. How cold is it? Because it's nice here. I have on shorts, I promise you. And I've got on a kind of a short sleeve shirt because it's around, it's a little over 80 degrees. Let me see if my watch says. It's 84, sorry. So, and it's just the kind of night that you could sit out and enjoy a good cookout, probably. So we're going to do that, probably. 55, that's in Franklin, North Carolina, y'all. So when you come on, say hi. I'd love to know who you are, and I'd like to, we're going to go ahead and keep doing this so I might finish it before the end of the week. If I don't stop and I keep talking, it's less likely we will. I have a palette of just a couple of colors here. It's brown, like a burnt umber, and a honey, or this is called honey brown. So it really couldn't be dark enough, but I'm just gonna go over here and paint the kid right now. I didn't mean to do that, but we're just gonna go around the edge of the kid, a little gingerbread baby. And then I'll go in a little bit later, and I've done it 3 different ways today. It's supposed to be 22. Well, I bet y'all have your fireplace blazing up there, and I bet it's beautiful anyway. In the mountains, in the Smokies, right? In the Smokies. So I know it's beautiful. Hey Dee, glad you're here. And we're painting a Christmas apron. If you come in, just make yourself at home and enjoy the gingerbread family. I have some other designs I haven't penciled on here that I'm going to use. Mostly it'll be used for borders. So that's my plans, and unless something happens. From Leawood, Kansas. I didn't realize you were in Kansas, Dee. Well, welcome. I'm in Webster, Florida, which is in the center of the state. We can go about an hour south and be in Tampa. We can go about 40 minutes and be in the Villages. We can go about, about 40 minutes and be in Leesburg, Florida. About an hour from Ocala and Homosassa, and lots of good seafood places. Right now I'm at Florida Grand Motor Coach Resort. Oh, how's the weather there, Dee? How is your weather right now? It's good enough you're in the parking lot. I saw some cars the other day that I don't know how they got out of their parking lot. There's a little bit of a time lag, and I don't know how to ever take care of that. So if I don't pay, it seems like I don't pay attention to you. I just haven't gotten to it, or you haven't gotten. Oh, it's your son's college. Wow. We have another lady whose daughter is a. Hey, Leica. You did miss the live yesterday, but we were in preparation and everything. You were the one I was just going to mention. Leica's daughter is an upcoming senior, if I said that right, at UNC at Chapel Hill, if I'm correct. So, and my grandson is in school in Chattanooga, actually Lookout Mountain, at Covenant College in Lookout Mountain. And we're all going to be together this Christmas. Doesn't that little guy look a little bit crooked? Well, he won't sit still, that's why. Just leave it to them. I'm just going to put a little bit of a lighter color in the middle. We did miss you yesterday, Leica. I was wondering where you were, but I'm glad you're back. Oh, yeah. Oh, I know this. So everybody, yeah, this is a time of year that there's a lot going on at colleges. So Dee, you probably are taking your son back to college. Yeah. It's still been busy around here, PJ. We delivered about 600 and something blankets this morning to the elementary school. Everybody in the elementary school got a blanket. There's a real high homeless rate in our county. And instead of giving them toys, we give them blankets. And so they were delivered today. We have a lot of corporate cooperation with donating. They don't donate the blankets, they just give us a good price on them, and people will buy the blankets. Okay, now what I wanted to do here was I'm going to give her a red dress. I was going to do flamingo dress, but UT Austin in film grad school. Oh goodness. Thank you. What an interesting feel that is. We have just about been filled to capacity here at Florida Grand. There are so many people now leaving, or they're getting out of the north, really. Hey, I see there's a bad storm on the way. I'm going to put this so that you can see me as well. There. Remember when it all used to cave in, or I didn't have my microphone on? I do today, I do. So anyway, there's some progress being made in my techie out. Okay. I got a lot of white to do, but I have to wait until some of this dries and I can get an extra coat on it. And the gingerbread lady's wearing a little fur trim at the bottom of her dress, kind of like a Santa outfit. Thought about doing it hot pink, but we have hot pink aprons already. Yeah, you know what was interesting about the blanket drive is we had asked them if we could give toys, because it's a very, it's a lot of agricultural workers here, but there are some very big ranches that have lots of cattle and horses and stuff like that, because, you know, we're not far from Ocala where it's a big equestrian capital. But anyway, they really encouraged us not to, there are a lot of people in this county that don't have electricity. And it's like that everywhere, I know, and it's not any shocker. But this is a county that, not one of the largest in Florida, but I had heard a figure of 2,500 homeless children. So I don't, it's just hard to wrap your brain around that one. But they've gotten blankets for several years, and we also have a program. Tiffin Motorhome sends me these great bags. They're not cotton, but they're a black bag, and they use them for something in their store, but they don't need them. So they send me these bags, and they fill them with hygiene items for the people in the school. And so there'll be like deodorant and toothpaste and things like that, and that's helpful. That's really helpful to get at Christmas time. Kathy, are you still there? I'm so glad you're here today. You can come on in and help me make a gingerbread lady. So just say hi. I know, I saw that Kathy's over in the Houston area, and I saw a picture of a new hotel that Jimmy Buffett is about to open. Another Margaritaville hotel in Lake Conroe, and that's where Kathy and her husband Wayne are. I hope my head's fitting in there pretty good. Every time I look at it, it's not fitting in there really good. So, are any of you making anything right now? I wish you'd show me. Tell me about it. You know what the good thing about doing the lives has been for me? I have to read this from Leka. Her daughter is a rising senior majoring in biostatistics and double minor in Spanish and neuroscience. Oh my gosh. Did she I just don't even know what to say. That's amazing. That is amazing. Because I'm going to have to look up biostatistics to see exactly what it is, because you got me there. I bet she enjoyed being home and resting in her bed so much. But then a lot of the kids are excited about getting back to school too. You know, they've got their own lives there, and I know my little grandson he's just kind of come out and he's just blossomed in college. Now, a couple of weeks ago, you know, I was telling you about my little granddaughter that had to have a total hip replacement. Yes, she is a mighty girl. And my granddaughter's 13 years old. It was a bacteria infection that the doctors had never seen before. And anyway, she is doing remarkable right now. She's back playing volleyball, and which was one of her goals, was to get back into sports. And she was very athletic, and I'm just amazed at technology when it comes to medical technology. Okay, there. Now I haven't decided. Oh. This little girl, oh, can't do that yet. So I am so glad that y'all, I know, I noticed that too. Always exciting to go back, but you know, you can't help but worry about them because we're parents and grandparents. But we're so proud of them. And I just know that you are. I can tell just by the positive way you respond, Leka, of how proud you are of your daughter. And you too, Dee. I'm so happy for y'all. And we will be having like a large family reunion in December. I have a nephew who is a missionary in Costa Rica, and he and his wife and 3 children, and we'll have a get-together for them before they leave to go back. So I'll just have to tell you more about that. My nephew's father, my brother, has a large orange grove about 2 hours from here, and he has some of the best oranges I've ever had. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of a Chinese honey orange. It's so good, so good. And they're only available for about 2 weeks. He would be, he would be east of Gainesville, Florida, and his grove is very large, a couple of 100 trees, and they're so good. And these did come over from China. They're not honey bells or anything like that. Oh, that's wonderful, Leka. That's wonderful. Well, we'll have to get her to show us what biostatistics means. Can't even imagine. Okay, now I want to do just a couple more things, and I'm going to show you. Let me see. Now, that's one thing I couldn't remember is the smile white? Oh, her smile is probably pink. Not too late to cover it up. But everybody's all smiles in this picture. And I'll put a little baby. There was something I had to put on the baby. You know we don't make boo-boos in this class. I can imagine you are. That's wonderful. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're going to do with her, with the bottom of her skirt. You know, I really appreciate y'all being here today and every day. It's hard to be someplace every day at 3 o'clock, and for that reason I'm trying to think of maybe I should shorten some of my classes to, you know, maybe at another time, or less number of classes. Do you know what it's meant to me to be able to paint every day? And I actually produce projects now. I would be doing them whenever I had my classes otherwise. So having a project every week just showed me I need to paint more. I've got the time. For the most part, I've got the time. But doing a class is demanding a lot. Oh, diaper. BJ, you crack me up. But that's probably true. It's demanding of all of you. Because I love to show you my projects. I try to make everything different. Make it something that you've never seen before. And I thank you for saying that. Listen, it isn't all my stories. There are lots of cast of characters around me. I don't know. Do y'all remember She Shed Cheryl last week? Well, She Shed Cheryl started coming in here to do her sewing every day. And I really like her. She asked me if she could. She's an awesome seamstress. She makes lots of quilts, knitting, crocheting, everything I don't do, She Shed Cheryl does. So, what I'm saying is, there are a lot of talented people, and I really enjoy meeting them. She is from Fredericksburg, Virginia, and just had open heart surgery, double bypass. Anyway, completely amazing. So we all have stories, and she and her husband are, I guess you'd say full-timers now, because they've sold their house. And they will be, her husband is retired military, Vietnam, retired helicopter pilot. So we've really enjoyed getting to know them. Trying to think. Oh, I know what it was. Everybody has these little bitty cuffs. You remember? That's the first thing you eat on a gingerbread man. The sugar stuff. Okay, now we'll do the other one. Hopefully I won't make a mistake here. But anyway, my brother has a real interesting fruit grove in Melrose, Florida, if you've ever been there. And it's a little bitty town on Lake Santa Fe, up near, not far from Jacksonville. And he has raised all these orange trees on his own. And so now that was his retirement. However, a couple of years ago, a disease called greening, or a bug, got into the orange trees all over Florida. So a lot of them have died, and people have had to either replant orange trees. My brother said that his were going to be okay the last time I talked to him, because they've figured out, let me see, what is it's some type of antibiotic that you give. I mean, it's a human antibiotic. I mean, you give it to humans when they're sick, but anyway, it's like a penicillin, and they can give it to the orange trees. So I'm hoping that he still has some Chinese honeys when I stop by at Christmas time to see him, because there's nothing any better. It's just a wonderful, delicious orange. Now, okay, now here's what I was thinking, just so I can tell you. I want a border, so we're going to have a vote. I'm thinking about the little candy disc, you know, the red and white candy disc, peppermint candy disc. The other thing I was thinking about is just foregoing that because it might be too much, or just varying it with these things right here. You know, these sugar candy things, the gingerbread man things. I haven't finished with him. I haven't finished with her, and we got to get him a diaper. That's all there is to it. So think about the border. Some of y'all would be very valuable in helping me decide what would be a good border, and we're going to put it up around where your arms are, and probably the bottom, because that'll be probably the bottom. Maybe all over, I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I want you to think about it. It'll be helpful to me. But is she adorable in her little white skirt or what? I'm going to give her, she gets a, I'm not going to do that because she needs some red paint. I'd like to thank you for looking today. I have a class on Thursday night, and we're going to do alcohol ink ornaments. And they just aren't going to believe how pretty those are going to be. I've done them in a class here before. But I gave away all the glass ones. The glass ones are the way you want to go. Even though they are unforgiving, they still are prettier than the plastic whenever you get the final outcome. The other thing that we're doing is a spoon. I think I left my spoon at home. It says eat, drink, and be merry on one side. That was last week's project. And then on the other side is the red pickup truck with a green Christmas tree, and it's adorable, and it has a little design on it. I'll show you tomorrow, but our class is Thursday evening. And that's when we come together and have fun, and everybody brings snacks, and we kind of like, they can bring wine if they want it. But most people now bring water or their favorite beverage, iced tea or whatever. And then next month I'm going to do a luncheon where we have a project during the middle of the day, because here it is so crowded in January that I really need 2 classes. And I'll do one on a Thursday night and probably one on noon one day. I haven't decided whether I can do 2 classes in one day. So yes, I think the diaper is definitely in. Okay, well, you guys just, you know, it's a great day to have a great day. Let's be solo. And remember, I'm Marty Whitney with ARTitude Adjustment, and I teach fun art, not fine art. And I really am happy that you were here today. Oh yeah, border would definitely good. We'll decide on what it is later. Y'all have a good evening. And let me know what you think about the border if you have a chance. And we'll just enjoy. I won't be finished tomorrow, but I'll be doing some more of the gingerbread men on the apron. Y'all have a good evening, and let me see. I'll see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at 3. Bye. Bye-bye now.